Well, Dante's in here, but you may or may not see him. He's worried about something on the floor over there. I don't know. All right. Good morning, beloveds. Because you're not here for an update on my cat. You're here for a new design for living. Let's do the housekeeping. All the housekeeping is me reminding you, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. Get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot, so click here now means it. And it is a blind CC, meaning nobody's going to see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. Now, social media. I mentioned the social media merely from the standpoint of we don't monetize it. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual posts by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. Bumps us in the algorithms, more people see our stuff, and let's be honest, that's the whole point of social media, right? So it is a free and easy way that you can support the center. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark based on which platform we are on, and I am the running Rev Ryan across all of the social medias that I am on. So, is there something in the closet? What? They're just over a year old. Oh, he's got a bug. Okay. Okay. I don't know what kind of bug. I don't want to know what kind of bug. It's a very little bug, but he's got a bug. All right. So a new design for living is, we're rapidly running through this, which by the way, I guess I should tell you a programming note. I'm not doing this tomorrow. I'm going to get this tamed. I'm also going to go see about getting, my pre-check thing done. So, I don't even, I still have to read my board chapter. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it will happen tomorrow. So, okay. So this is the process of science of mind. This is Ernest, laying out how and why this is important. Cause like I say about science of mind, we're not a religion per se. We don't teach you what to believe. That's between you and the divine. We teach you how to believe and why it's important to believe. So that's what this is. This is like a step by step. It's like, okay, this is why things look the way they do. And here's a way that you can do it better. We are moving into chapter 15 today. And the chapter is the power of love. So, that's what we're going to get to. Yep. Okay. And we're just going to do the intro because it's fairly long today. And he always starts out these chapters with a quote. So we are going to have a quote from Pitterim A. Sorokin. I have no idea who that is. So let's read that quote. Love not only cures and revitalizes the individual's mind and organism, it proves itself to be the decisive factor of vital, mental, moral, and social well-being and growth of an individual, which I can wholeheartedly agree with. Probably no other word in our language has been so misused and misunderstood as the word love. In fact, it is used so often in so many different ways that it is almost impossible to give it a clear and concise meaning in spite of the dictionary definition. We say we love our family, we love our children, love our country, love a painting or a motion picture, love a steak, flower, or song. Perhaps all we are trying to say in many cases is that we have a liking for this, that, or the other thing. We have a liking for this, that, or the other thing. If so, then where does love come in? That love, which has been referred to as the most powerful thing in the world, just what is it? And this is one of the things that I beef with about the English language, is because we use the word love for so many things. Like, as he just said, like, I love my husband and my motorcycle. Do I love them equally? No, I like my motorcycle. I actually love my partner. Okay? I love my cats. I like to go to the movies. And that's one of the reasons why in the Eastern language, they have this concept of loving kindness. They have a whole lot of different words, and they don't use loving kindness for everything. So just to beef with the language. All right. Words have power, and we overuse some of them. Okay, moving on. In order to clarify the situation a little, we might start out with an idea advanced by anthropologist Ashley Montagu, who feels that the one word which more clearly indicates what love really is interdependence. Okay. Interdependence. On this basis, love would appear to be evidenced in every aspect of existence. It would mean that love is manifest on the inorganic level as well as the organic level. The interdependence of one part of the atom on another, the interdependence of one cell on another, of one organ on another, and in such interdependence, there is always a reciprocity. Okay? And that is a very important part there. There is a giving and a receiving. Love is not a one-way road, but a harmonious commingling of the parts. That's an excellent description. Illustrative of this idea is the story of the person who was taken on a tour of heaven and hell. In hell, they saw people seated along long tables laden with food, but they were thin, hungry, and emaciated. They had a long spoon tied to each arm, such a long spoon that they were unable to feed themselves. When heaven was visited, he also found people seated at long tables laden with food. They, too, had a long spoon tied to each arm, but everyone was well fed and happy. They fed each other. Yep. I've heard that story before. And that's an excellent description between the difference between heaven and hell. Yep. And a really good description of what the concept of love that Ernest is putting forward. Interdependence. It would seem to be a fundamental fact that love is the basic reality of life. This would in turn give rise to a firm conviction that God is love. God, creative intelligence, dependent on its creation for expression, the expression depending on God for its existence. God could never stop creating or loving, neither could creation cease loving or expressing God without limiting its experience of the source of its existence, in which case it would gradually cease to be. In the mind of humanity, we find the only created thing which can consciously deprive itself of accepting God's love, and when this is done, the results are disastrous. Note that we said deprive. God's love for humanity is always there, whether humanity cares to recognize it or not. Yeah. It's like go somewhere God is not. There's nowhere God is not. So that, okay. I'm on board here. I'm on board here with, I like the idea of love as interdependence, not codependence, not, any of those other forms of dependence, but interdependence. When you consider that our body is made up of billions of cells and ironically billions of bacteria, or trillions of bacteria maybe, and we, all working together to make this one whole thing, that's love. And that gives you, an idea of what he said, God depends on the creation to express, and the creation depends on God to express, and then he ends by saying, and we are the only ones who can deprive ourselves of that. Interesting. But the concept of interdependence and reciprocity, the giving and taking, because as he said, love is not a one-way street. It can't be. But the concept of reciprocity is I give you what I have to give and you give me what you have to give, and they're not the same thing. Because if I'm constantly giving you if you and I are giving the same thing, then it doesn't work. So, and that's one of those things with reciprocity is size isn't a factor. And that's one of those things where, because what we give to the divine seems small in comparison to what the divine gives to us. But in reciprocity, size doesn't matter. It's the interaction that matters. And so we don't ever have to feel small when we are giving back to the divine, because whatever we do is always for the divine is always going to be enough. So interdependence, reciprocity, love is not a one-way street. All right. Okay. All right. So I look forward to seeing the rest of this chapter. I don't know how long it is. But it's very short. Okay. But like I said, not going to do this tomorrow because I'm going to be dealing with this. But I will do the final Borg chapter, and then I have to decide if I'm going to do the epilogue or do it separately. I don't know. I guess it depends on how long the chapter is. So I will definitely see you tomorrow, just not in the morning. All right, beloveds. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a let's wrap this week up day, a do what you gotta do day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a drink plenty of water day, because it's going to be a warm one, a go outside and get some fresh air day, a you got this day, a make sure you make time to sit down and rest day, a take care of whatever that thing that you've been putting off day, I don't know where I was about to go day, and that's okay day, maybe go take a wander day, take a walk day, a do something just for you day, a do something for somebody else day, a tell somebody you love them day, a practice that reciprocity day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, I get it, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, I'm going to move on into the process of my day. Why I'm thinking about, did I remind them that we are created like spiritual and we're created like spark and I'm the running Reverend? I don't know, but here we are. Okay, so Reverend David should be on with you sometime this afternoon. And like I said, I'm not going to do this in the morning because I'm going to be out of pocket, but I will do the Borg book sometime tomorrow. So, and then we'll be back to regular schedule on Sunday. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that